This is going to be an updated tier list for Evomon, featuring every single Evomon in the entire game. And the last one that I made was like a week ago, and it's a little outdated. So this one is going to tell you exactly what kind of Evomon you should actually spec your resources into. So let's just get straight into it. We are going to head to my tier list right now, and actually have it pulled up here. I'm going to explain every single part of it, as I'm not exactly a bad player anymore. I mean, I'm level 41, you know, not too shabby, got a level 110 Tarragon, stuff like that. Anyhow, without yapping, let's just get straight into it. So, first of all, these are going to be the D tier Evomons. These are ones that you should never get, and ones that you should take note of are going to be the two starters, being Leaf Bun and Bubble. They're just simply not good. Also, for Clan Pip, it is good only in one scenario. So, let me just show you guys. We are going to head over to Petal Pond here, and this is where you can actually get yourself the Clan Pip. But the only reason why Clan Pip is good is because Clan Pip is the only water type you have available in the game, aside from the starter, before you get to Lava Crag. Because Lava Crag, you definitely need a water type to grind up. Let me show you exactly where. To grind up the lavates that are actually going to be really good later on in the game. And I even have a level 90 lava rock with me. So that is why you definitely need a water type to grind these, because these guys are rock type and fire type, which are both double weak to water. That is exactly why you need a water type. But let's head back in here. That's pretty much it for D tier. I mean, nothing else really stands out here. Let's head up to the C tier. These are guys that you could use occasionally, but not really that good. There's 4 guys here. None of them are really good. They are all relatively mid to later parts of the game you can get these. And considering they are that late, except for Budling, but considering they are that late, they are not good at all. These guys definitely do not get any of them. They are absolutely terrible. Next up are going to be B tiers. Now, I didn't cover much of the C tier because C tiers are just so bad, but the B tiers, there are a little bits that I need to talk about. So, let me just talk about Mudbud real quick. Mudbud definitely is not a B tier. Mudbud, I just gotta tell you guys, this is one of I can't say like best even ones in the game, but definitely deserves A or even S tier, or like a low S tier, high A tier, because Mudbud can actually solo Archepex really easily. I mean, I saw a video of someone like clearing Archepex in 2 minutes using Mudbud, and it was absolutely insane. I mean, like, the best Evomon in the game, being this Tarragon here, cannot even solo Archepex within 2 minutes. It took me like 10 minutes to solo Archepex. So definitely get yourself a Mudbud. This guy's not B tier, but it's like really high B tier, I guess, on this tier list. I'd actually push it to A tier. Blaze Pup, I think Blaze Pup deserves B tier, because Blaze Pup gets replaced really easily. As Blaze Pup, while it is a pretty good fire type, you are definitely going to get a better fire type being your, where's my lava rock? My lava rock over here, which is just a much better fire type. It's fire and rock, got fatal rebound, which is also known as counter, and we got some good fire type moves later on. It's just going to be the better fire type. So there's no reason to spec into Blaze Pup if you have yourself a lava rock. Next up is going to be Moat Bun. Pretty useless, doesn't really do anything, just kind of a tanky little mushroom. Gem Pillar does have the confusion ability, or makes the opponent confused, which is good against, I can't say bosses, but when PvP comes out, if your opponent is trying to like stack up with seed bombs or trying to like, do a specific strategy, this could really hinder their performance by a lot. So definitely gotta look out for Gem Pillar. Not exactly a low end of B tier. The rest of these are just really bad B tier. Just ignore them. They are really bad. Next up, we are going to cover some of the A tier picks. And starting off with Wispuff, this guy definitely S tiered. I don't know why he's A tier. Definitely a lot higher. But Wispuff is really good because I think it might just be the best poison type or the best psychic type in the entire game. Because this guy, I mean, he's got some really good moves later on. Wispuff overall is good utility as well. I mean, Wispuff is just definitely an Evomon you should spec into. Same thing with Mudbud down here. Datubud, I honestly wouldn't say it's that high. I think it deserves A tier, but it doesn't deserve to be above A tier, because Datubud, it's look at its typing. It's grass and it is psychic, right? But psychic is already taken by Wispuff here. And grass, there are some better grass types in S tier. So Datubud should not really be this. Well, people are saying it should be above A tier, but I think it should be at A tier. It's accurately placed. Next up is Frostlet. Frostlet, I think, should be at the higher parts of A tier, but not exactly that much higher, because Frostlet, I believe it to be the best ice type in the game, and also it does have some really good AoE abilities with my Frostier over here. Particular Glacial Field does special damage to all targets and inflicts a stack of Frostbite. It's got a lot of Frostbite inflicting effects and a lot of AoE damage. This guy is going to be really good for clearing out certain dungeons that might have some grass types in them, as Ice type is super effective against Grass type, and it's also the premier counter to Taro, which my Tarragon here, Taro, because Tarragon is 4 times weak to Ice type, and Tarragon is one of the best Evomons in the game. That is why you might want to spec a little bit into Frostier. So definitely Frostlet is actually A tier. I wouldn't place it above A tier though. Sparkit, I think Spark is accurately placed. Chipmite as well. The rest of these guys are not anything of note. I mean, I think they're pretty accurate where they are. Actually, I would move Pebble, Vipip, and Fluffit down to B tier. But aside from that, I mean, the rest of the A tiers are fine. I do think Wisppuff should be higher though. But last but not least, the S tier picks. Here are the best Evomons in the entire game. Now, we've got a couple of these. We have Lavite, Taro, Bluebird, and Arcub. I do think Arcub actually is a little bit higher rated for what it should be. I mean, Arcub is pretty good, right? I mean, Arcapex is pretty good, but I don't find any scenarios for it to actually do what it is advertised to do. Because while this guy is the last boss of the game, he's not that strong. He doesn't have an OP move such as Seed Bomb from Tarragon, because if you take a look, Taro is up here, definitely really high on the meta leaderboards as well. I mean, this guy's got Seed Bomb. Just take a look. Seed Bomb gains 1 stack of growth, which restores 8% max HP at the end of turn. So you can go infinite if you stack enough seed bombs, like 10 stacks of seed bombs, you're never going to die. Combined with a passive such as Prime Form, which makes it so that you take 70% less damage while at full HP, and combined with healing, you're constantly at full HP. So you're just going to take 0 damage, even if someone does 4x crit you with an ice type move, you're just going to take no damage. And while Prime Form is quite hard to get, as it is 1.5% chance, it still is going to be really good if you can get it, combined with maybe some, getting like your talents to be all into HP and defensive stats, making it super bulky, as well as your nature giving you more HP or defenses, and your items giving you, for example, this guy giving more special defense and defense as well. You're just going to be unkillable. That's why I definitely agree with Taro's placement. Arcub, I think Arcub could be knocked down to A tier, as it doesn't have anything that makes it stand out per se. Also, there is Bluebird up here, and Bluebird does have something that makes it stand out. Because let's take a look at my S tier Bluebird, which I haven't leveled up quite yet, but Bluebird is really good because of Wing Combo. And while it is a level 70 move and doesn't seem that good compared to some things such as Thunderous Wind, which is level 120, or Heaven Thunder, that does a lot more base power, because 110 compared to 85 just makes 85 seem so much smaller, but inflicts 3 stacks of bleed. And bleed, when damaged, takes additional damage equal to 5% of its missing HP. 5% is quite a lot missing HP, considering that it could be used on something super tanky, or even bosses, to make them lose out on HP rapidly, because this is the major way to kill bosses aside from Lava Rock here, which is actually the best Evomon in the entire game. Considering Lava Rock is obtained at the earliest parts of the game, being at literally Worlds 3, it shouldn't be as strong as it is, but it is just so strong. On Lava Rock, I recommend you put your stats all into HP. You don't want much into defenses because of the move Fatal Rebound. When hit, counterattacks for 1.75 times the damage received. This is why you want to take as much damage as possible, and you don't want to reduce the damage taken with your defenses. So you need a lot of HP, not much defenses. I'm going to change these later on because I have them spec'd into defenses as well. And I mean, this guy's just going to be so good. He takes so much damage. He can tank a lot. He does a lot backwards Fatal Rebound. And also Sandstorm Eruption deals 6% of max HP damage, capped to all non-ground and non-rock Evomon at the end of turn, which does work on bosses, by the way, though this is also a major way you can use to defeat bosses such as Arcapex super easily. So definitely get yourself a Lava Rock. That will be the end of the tier list. I do think Lavite is definitely up there where it should be, and Wisppuff should be increased. no, our cup should be decreased, and that's about it for this tier list. If you guys did enjoy anything new, make sure to subscribe. I'm almost at 100,000 subscribers. I'm literally at 99,000, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.